हाय फ्रेंड्स एंड वेलकम टू एन ऑल न्यू वीडियो। जैसे आप टाइटल से पढ़ ही चुके हैं, आज का टॉपिक है हाउ डू आई अर्न मनी टू ट्रैवल द वर्ल्ड। नाउ रिसेंटली आई शेयर अ लॉट ऑफ शॉर्ट्स जिसमें मैं बता रही थी कि मैं भी यूरोप में हूँ, मैं भी अरुणाचल में हूँ, एंड आई ऑल्सो शेयर अ लाइफ अपडेट शॉर्ट जिसका टाइटल था दैट आई एम नाउ रेंट फ्री एंड ट्रैवलिंग द वर्ल्ड। So obviously this prompted a lot of questions कि आप इतना कमा कैसे रहे हो, where does all the money come from, क्या बाप का पैसा है, दादा का पैसा है, बॉयफ्रेंड का पैसा है, किसका पैसा है, कहाँ से आ रहा है। And I just thought that I am in a position to answer it obviously, so I will give you exact figures in today's video कि ये content creation, especially travel content creation कैसे work करती है, and also how did I reach a position where I am able to monetize this business. Now all this new audience that's coming in is not privy to this information I'm guessing, but hope this video answers all of your questions. So let's get started. We are a 1 million strong family right now. Wait, let me show you my gold play button. Tan-ta-dang! जल्दी से unbox करके. Tan-ta-dang! So big congratulations to all of us and thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm honestly very grateful for this community. And मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I started doing this some 5 years back. I think 5.5 years होने वाले हैं almost. And when I started, I think travel content creation as a niche was very small. There were only some 5 to 10 people who were doing this alongside me. कुछ लोगों ने अपनी जॉब छोड़ के, कुछ लोगों ने बहुत सारे पैसे जोड़ के स्टार्ट किया, कुछ लोगों ने बैकपैकिंग ट्रिप स्टार्ट की, कुछ लोगों ने डेली व्लॉग स्टार्ट किए. So this is a testament for all travelers out there that it's possible that you can also start traveling, and for everybody who's been inspired to travel solo, especially because of me. I feel amazing whenever I get your messages and you tell me कि मैंने यहाँ की trip plan की, वहाँ की trip plan की, and I went here, I went there, and it really makes me really happy. So now मुद्दे की बात पे आते हैं. Let me tell you how I earn money as a travel content creator, the economics of it, how expensive does it get to travel, etc, etc, etc. So there are basically 5 main revenue streams that I have. So the first source of my revenue is YouTube ads. So जब भी आप किसी भी वीडियो पे क्लिक करते हैं, I know all these ads that you see in between videos and also at the start of it are quite annoying. हम में से किसी को भी नहीं पसंद आती. मैं जब दूसरों की वीडियोस देखती हूँ तब मुझे भी पसंद नहीं आती. And while these ads are quite annoying and nobody really appreciates them, they help us creators earn some money. इसका एक revenue share model होता है. Of all the ads that play in the video, उसका जितना भी revenue YouTube के पास आता है, it's revenue shared at a 30-70% ratio. So YouTube keeps 30% and we content creators get 70% of it, and we get this every month. So that is at least some part of the revenue. But to be honest, क्योंकि मैं ज़्यादा frequently publish नहीं करती and I'm not a daily vlogger, so my revenue is not that great. It usually ranges between 80,000 to 1,50,000 per month. And now you may say कि तान्या ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा है, मतलब ये तो जितना जॉब्स में लोगों को मिलता है काफ़ी सारी जॉब्स में, उससे काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा है. So why are you complaining? And that's because अगर मेरी एक जॉब होती है एंड उसमें से अगर मैं ओवरहेड्स भी गिन लूँ, जैसे कि घर का रेंट, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट, खाना पीना रहना, शॉपिंग, सम पार्ट ऑफ लेजर, फिर भी इतने अमाउंट में मेरा खर्चा निकल जाता. बट बिकॉज आई ट्रैवल वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली एंड आई हैव टू ट्रैवल कंसिस्टेंटली टू बी एबल टू क्रिएट कॉन्टेंट, दिस मनी इज एक्चुअली वेरी लेस. जैसे कि लेट्स टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ माई लास्ट ट्रिप. मैं गोवा गई थी अभी हाल ही में एक वीडियो शूट करने के लिए, एंड द एक्सपेंस ऑफ just that 4 to 5 days of trip was close to 30 to 40,000. And travel is expensive, especially if you're traveling in peak season. And obviously every content creator, especially a travel content creator, wants to travel to a destination in peak season ताकि आप वहाँ की videos जब बनाएं तो उसमें आपको ज़्यादा hits आए, ज़्यादा views आए. So travel especially during peak season gets very expensive, and traveling back to back is also very expensive. ये तो सिर्फ मैंने एक domestic trip का example लिया, but if I talk about traveling abroad, उसका भी खर्चा काफ़ी ज़्यादा आ जाता है. It ranges in lakhs at times, even if you're trying to do a budget trip, but counting everything, जैसे कि the activities that you do to recommend to other people. So I will end up probably doing 5 activities as an example on a trip, and उसमें से आपके पास option है choose करने का कि you want to do 1, 2, 3, and most people who work in jobs, they will probably travel once or twice or maybe maximum 5 times in a year based on what your budgets are and how much you're saving towards traveling. But I travel almost every month, which means that the travel expenses really add up. Now ये travel content creation की niche के लिए it's true because obviously you have to travel to be able to create the content. तो अगर मैं सच कहूँ तो मेरे लिए personally just the ad revenue for running the channel is not going to be enough, especially now that I'm making more exclusive content. जैसे कि अभी मेरा channel क्योंकि और बड़ा हो गया है. I would want to do more challenge videos, more show a side of travel which is more aspirational. तो अगर मैं एक business class flight की booking करती हूँ और I book an expensive hotel, all of that has to be accounted for from my revenue. So as a beginner YouTuber, obviously you will struggle to reach these even ad revenue numbers firstly, क्योंकि ऐसे ad revenue सिर्फ तभी आते हैं जब आपकी videos पे काफी सारे views आते हैं. In India, the average CPMs are from $1 to $3.5, and in the best of cases, it's $5. And by CPM, I mean cost per 1,000 views. So, for example, if I make a video जिसमें मेरे 1 लाख views आते हैं, with a CPM of 2, for example, on average, I will only make $200 on that video, which, to be honest, does not even cover the cost of making the video. ये तो रही ad revenue की बात, but now we come to the second avenue of how I make money as a travel content creator. Now this is one of the most massive aspects of my revenue, which is doing sponsored posts or sponsored collaborations. जैसे कि पिछले वीडियो में मैंने एक collaboration की with the brand Tata Tiago in my Goa vlog, and some of you had complaints कि ये वीडियो तो ad है, ये वीडियो नहीं है. But ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है guys. I always try कि अगर मैं कोई भी brand वीडियो करूँ, कोई भी उसमें sponsorship का segment हो, the video still contains a lot of value and it's still packed with a lot of travel recommendations, because like I explained, by itself creating all these travel videos is extremely expensive, and if I don't add sponsored elements into it, तो मेरे लिए travel content creation sustainable नहीं रहेगा. तो अगर सबको YouTube पे इतनी सारी free की resources मिलती हैं जहाँ से आप इतना कुछ सीख सकते हैं, you can learn how to travel better, you can learn how to create your itineraries or go to different destinations and follow the exact same itinerary that, for example, I or some other creator is following. तो इसका एक downside ये भी है कि थोड़ी बहुत उसमें ads हमेशा शामिल होंगी, because that is the only way the creator is able to afford making the video, the production cost of the video in the first place. And अगर मैं sponsorships करना बिल्कुल ही बंद कर दूँ, मेरा channel बिल्कुल ही sustainable नहीं रहेगा. And इसमें ना मेरी audience से 2 शिकायत है. एक तो पहली बात तो काफ़ी सारे creators की वीडियो के नीचे मैंने देखा है that audience often comments कि अरे ये वीडियो honest तो नहीं होगी because this is an ad, especially like skincare products, makeup products, etc. etc. But देखो यार, कमाना हर किसी का हक होता है. तो अगर YouTube से हमें उतने पैसे नहीं मिलते, या फिर just creating a content library जिसे actually किसी की help हो रही है, अगर सिर्फ वो create करने से हमें पैसे नहीं मिलते, तो हमें कहीं ना कहीं से तो कमाने पड़ेंगे ना. एंड ये हर किसी का हक होता है कि उन्हें अपनी जॉब से पैसे कमाने को मिले. एंड जहाँ तक बात रही honesty की, I feel like ads by definition they mean that they're supposed to create awareness and not include any opinion. So when brands pay me, for example, to create an ad, they are basically paying me for my reach to create awareness amongst my audience. And the reason why we are supposed to declare these ads is exactly so that audience को ये ना लगे कि this is our opinion. This is awareness and not opinion, and the two should not be mixed. And मेरी second शिकायत ये है कि जहाँ तक बात आती है ads declare करने की, like I remember at least initially when I started off with doing sponsored posts, and I would declare very openly that I'm doing an ad, this is a sponsored post, I used to get a lot of hate for it. So audience मुझे appreciate करने की बजाय कि मैं ये बहुत clearly बता रही हूँ अपने content में कि this is awareness and not opinion, उसकी जगह they used to bash me कि आप तो सिर्फ ads ही करते हो, you don't share your opinions, you don't share your honest opinions, and you तो just do ads only. अगर किसी को उनकी फील्ड में एक कमाने का मौका मिल रहा है, वो भी इतना बढ़िया कमाने का मौका मिल रहा है, because what used to happen a decade back was that these ads used to be just reserved for big actors. क्योंकि अगर आप एक शाहरुख खान नहीं हो, एक आमिर खान नहीं हो, या फिर एक अजय देवगन नहीं हो, तो आपको कोई भी ब्रांड पे नहीं करेगा एड बनाने के लिए. So I think it's very good that this opportunity is available to arm public like us, and we can also earn a little out of big brands. मतलब सिर्फ हम लोग उनसे खरीद नहीं सकते, हम लोग उनके प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में बात करके पैसे भी कमा सकते हैं. You should be happy for your favorite content creators that they can now invest this money and create even better videos for you. And honestly, मेरा खर्चा for example सिर्फ travel करने में भी नहीं होता. It's also purchasing gadgets, devices, drones. Now when it comes to how much do content creators earn from sponsored posts, I will kid you not, the amount for bigger creators runs into lakhs of rupees. जैसे कि एक Instagram post के लिए, एक reel के लिए, एक YouTube video के लिए. And I think most people when they hear this number, they go like, अरे इतना कमाना है तो मैं भी content creator बन जाता हूँ या बन जाती हूँ, मेरे को भी अच्छा खासा पैसा कमाने को मिल जाएगा. But the harsh reality is that to get to that point, you have to constantly, consistently constantly work in this field. आपका चाहे कोई भी genre हो, whether it's travel, makeup, fashion, you have to create content that appeals to an audience, grow yourself bit by bit, and that may take significant investment initially from you, and only after years of hard work you reach that point where the maths starts making sense. So it's like compounding interest. शुरू में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं मिलता, second year में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं मिलता, third year में, but fourth year में suddenly you may just start making really good numbers. Fifth year में you may start making really good numbers. For me it's been personally 5 years, which is why I'm now making really good numbers. So now if your question is that how did I afford all of this initially when I started off, क्या मेरे पापा से मैंने पैसे borrow किए? तो ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. I will explain this towards the end of this video where I talk about the economics of content creation and how you can get started as well. But हाँ, इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में मैं बहुत ज़्यादा बात करती हूँ अपने LinkedIn पे. So if you're interested in these money matters or also advice on how you can make this your career, you can follow me there, and I also talk about it on Twitter and I post short form content on Instagram. So मैंने अपने सारे social medias मेंशन कर दिए हैं. सो ये तो हो गई ब्रांड स्पॉन्सरशिप्स की बात, एंड आई टेक अ ब्रांड स्पॉन्सरशिप्स ऑन यूट्यूब, ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, एंड यूट्यूब पे तो आई जेन्युइनली ट्राई कि हर वीडियो में एक ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर हो ही हो, वरना मेरा ट्रैवल बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएंगे एंड द वीडियो प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट विल एक्सीड द अमाउंट आई एम अर्निंग ऑन द वीडियो इटसेल्फ. इसलिए अगर आपको कोई ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर दिखता है किसी वीडियो में, अगर आपको नहीं चाहिए ये अवेयरनेस अपनी लाइफ में, आप उसे इग्नोर करके सिर्फ ट्रैवल कॉन्टेंट पे फोकस कर सकते हैं. बट इफ द ब्रांड अवेयरनेस हेल्प्स यू इन एनी वे देन दैट्स ग्रेट, एंड obviously we do our due diligence on the brands that we work with. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग ऐसे ही किसी अरे गहरे ब्रांड के साथ काम कर लेते हैं. We try and do our due diligence as much as possible, and also we keep in mind the current laws of the country when it comes to advertising. And usually जिस भी वीडियो पे ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर होता है उसमें हमेशा एक contains paid promotion का tag mentioned होता है at the start of the video. And likewise even on Instagram, as per ASCI guidelines, you have to declare your brand sponsorships upfront and let people know that you're working with a brand for any particular video. So the third form of revenue is probably not as much for me personally, but it's affiliate marketing, and I think this works better for beauty creators or skincare creators or creators who work with a lot of products. जो लोग product recommendations बहुत देते हैं, a very good way of earning for them is through affiliate marketing. So they mention Amazon or Nykaa links under their videos, and जब आप उनके links के through purchase करते हो, they get a small chunk of that revenue. Honestly, that revenue chunk is very small as compared to the revenue share of YouTube ads, for example. जैसे कि अगर मैं कोई डिवाइस रेकमेंड करती हूँ, लाखों का डिवाइस हो, उस पर मुझे probably सिर्फ 3% का एफिलिएट कमीशन मिलता है, which is honestly not that much. So for me personally, I don't think it's that lucrative. So अगर आपको भी एफिलिएट मार्केटिंग करनी है, especially if you're a travel creator, maybe you can start by recommending products that you use. For example, shoes, bags, any kind of travel gadget, any kind of equipment that you use for producing videos, your phone, your camera, the lenses, the drone, although you cannot buy online as such, but अगर कोई भी और gadget आप खरीद रहे हो and आप उसका link mention कर सकते हो, then do that for sure. The fourth form of earning revenue for me is products or merchandising. अभी इस फील्ड में मैंने बहुत ही अपना एक छोटा सा हाथ डालना शुरू किया है, as you may know already, or if you don't, please guys refer to this link. I am going to be mentioning it on the screen. It's of my own custom merchandise. So the merchandise is called the Solo Collection. It's for everybody who wants to travel solo or is enthusiastic about it or is already a solo traveler. So अगर आपको अपनी next trip में motivate करना है अपने आप को कि I want to travel solo, you can get your hands on the solo merchandise. So there's a t-shirt, there's a mug, and there's also a really cool cap, and I love this design. In fact, मैं खुद भी बहुत ज़्यादा पहनती हूँ and I overwear my t-shirt on most days. So the quality is really good, the fit is really good, and I personally really like the merchandise. But I must say even this does not cater to a very huge revenue chunk because merchandising has a different challenge altogether. Until and unless you don't produce your own merchandise, like you don't source the material yourself, get it stitched yourself, get it made, do your own warehousing, shipping, and everything in-house, then chances are that you're not making very huge margins. I personally just make 10 to 15% margins because it's a tie-up with another brand, a more established brand which specializes in creating merchandise, and I personally just wanted to create merchandise for our audience ki something nice for you to cherish your travels and not particularly from the objective of earning money out of it. If you think the price point is still expensive, there are always certain kinds of sales that this particular company runs, especially around special occasions, तो आप तब purchase कर सकते हैं. And if you think that the price point is justified, then of course you can go ahead and purchase the merchandise. I'm not forcing you. आपकी choice है, आपको अच्छा लगे design, and if you want to celebrate your solo travels, go ahead and get yourself these t-shirts, mugs and caps. Another really good way of selling your services or products online is, जैसे मैंने बहुत सारे दूसरे travel content creators को देखा है, that they sell their online products. So whether they are e-courses or Lightroom presets or LUTs for color grading your footage, these kind of online products are very popular, and I know that a lot of significant revenue is earned by travel content creators. क्योंकि इन online products को create करने के लिए आपको कोई inventory नहीं रखनी पड़ती. You don't have to invest anything on creating them as such. You just have to invest your time in marketing them well and creating a need in your audience for purchasing them. So if you're a beginner, you can work at creating online products because this is something that can help you earn money to be able to support your trips. Next we come to sponsored trips. So sponsored trips दो type की हो सकती हैं, and these type of trips basically also help you save money, and in certain cases they also help you earn money. So आप लोग सोचते होंगे जैसे कि यार ये travel content creators के मजे हैं यार, इनको तो travel करने के पैसे मिलते हैं, but ऐसा सच नहीं है. हमें हर trip के पैसे नहीं मिलते. There are only certain tourism boards that sometimes invite creators, especially if you're well established creators, and they will additionally also pay you in certain cases for creating content. And इसमें दो type की sponsored trips होती है. एक होती है जिसमें you just get to visit a country and all of the expenses are taken care of, but they won't additionally pay you to create content. And इसमें they will set a few deliverables कि आप 3 YouTube वीडियो बनाओ, 3 reels बनाओ, इतनी per day stories डालो. So at the end of the day, it's not like we are getting to travel for free. Even when all the expenses are taken care of and we're not earning out of that trip as such, we still end up doing a lot of work because creating 3 YouTube videos, for example, or 3 reels additionally besides the YouTube videos and 10-20 stories per day is a lot of work. You may not realize it until you actually start filming videos, but YouTube videos तो खास तौर से बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत लगती है उसमें, like just placing the camera in different places, different angles, and most of these tourism boards won't pay for additional people in most cases. So if you don't have a plus one, obviously you're traveling solo, you're filming solo, and it's more cost effective in most cases to be traveling solo, but in such cases आपको खुद से YouTube video film करना सीखना पड़ता है. So मुझे हर type की camera knowledge है. I know how to properly operate a camera, and I'm sure you can tell even from my YouTube videos. जैसे आपको लगता है कि बहुत बड़ी team है, ऐसे नहीं है. In some trips, yes, there may be one additional person with me who's filming the videos, and as you may know, I also travel with Ishan, and he also helps me tremendously with shooting videos. But coming back to sponsored trips, in most cases जो ये barter trips होती है, yes, you can call that they're sponsored, but you don't earn anything out of them. You just get to save on your expenses from them. And in other cases, some tourism boards also additionally pay you to create content. जैसे अभी मैं recently Abu Dhabi गई थी. That was a paid partnership for me because I had a certain set of deliverables. Like I had to create 1 YouTube video, 5 reels and daily stories, and also a few other things जैसे YouTube shorts and all. And इसमें काफी सारे deliverables involved थे. And I got paid to be on this trip, and I also had the opportunity of taking 2 of my teammates with me. So all in all, ये काफी अच्छा lucrative offer था मेरे लिए. But this was one of those odd trips in which everything was taken care of by the tourism board, and also I could take my teammates and I also got paid for it. But ये opportunities हमें रोज रोज नहीं मिलती है. And अगर आप ये पूछें मुझसे कि ये opportunities मिलती कैसे हैं, there are a lot of factors. It also greatly depends on the brand requirement and what niche you fall under. अगर उन्हें couple travel creators चाहिए, या फिर उन्हें solo travel creators चाहिए, या फिर उन्हें कोई ऐसा travel creator चाहिए who can make cinematic films, so it entirely depends on the need of the brand in the first place. अगर आप मुझसे ये पूछे कि at what subscribers can we start getting these kind of sponsored trips, so again this also really depends. जैसे I got my first sponsored trip when I had 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. You can get it at 20,000, 40,000, even 1 lakh, and you may not get it even at 1,000,000 subscribers. It greatly depends on what your brand value is, what your brand image is, and what kind of audience do you basically cater to. अगर आप सिर्फ एक entertainment creator हैं and आपके अगर 5 million भी subscribers हैं, it may may not align with the brand's requirements because they want a core travel creator, या फिर अगर brand की ये requirement है कि हमें बहुत सारे लोगों को हमारे destination के बारे में बताना है, तो let's take this creator who has 10 million subscribers because that will just ensure that we get a greater reach. Some brands prioritize reach, some brands will prioritize brand values, and some brands will just look at the TG. तो इसके बहुत सारे factors होते हैं, but one thing that you should keep in mind if you want to get sponsored to travel is that what are your 3 keywords. जैसे कि जब मैंने start किया था तो मेरे keywords थे young, solo traveler, goes to some hidden offbeat locations, and now that I've grown a little older, now my keywords are cinematic, world traveler and market leader. So अगर आप अपने आप को और अपने content को थोड़ा keywords के हिसाब से position करने की कोशिश करेंगे, it'll guarantee you better opportunities and you will also see that in due course of time. So work towards your 3 keywords and create content in line with your keywords. इसके बाद आते हैं हम लोग इस वीडियो के last topic पे, which is the economics of content creation. So now that I've talked of how content creators can earn money, especially during the initial phases of their travel content creation journey as well, I think आपको थोड़ा बहुत idea तो हो ही गया होगा. But now let me also break down everything from the point of view of expenses. जैसे कि over the last 2 years, I was renting an apartment in Gurgaon and I thought that that was needed for me at the time क्योंकि जब pandemic आया, I wanted to diversify my content a little bit, and I started off with a second channel where I used to do a lot of home-based vlogs. And I think at that time, because of the pandemic, I felt really panicky and I wanted to diversify very urgently. So that seemed like a really good strategy for that point in time. And उसके बाद मेरा second channel भी काफी अच्छे से monetize होना शुरू हो गया. I started getting brand sponsorships and also ad revenue, and every now and then even affiliate marketing commissions because I was also recommending a lot of products over there. But once travel reopened and I could start traveling more comfortably, I realized that maybe that strategy is not in line with the current times anymore. And because I'm traveling so frequently, now I just want to focus on the one thing that I actually started off with and I'm passionate about, which is traveling. So now all my focus is on just that. So मेरा जो मैं घर वहाँ पे rent करी थी, which was also my home office, I stopped renting that place and I was just working on the expenses of staying there yesterday with my father, and it turned out कि rent मिला के expenses मिला के वहाँ पे just रहना was costing me close to 75,000, and that made me feel कि इतना तो अगर मैं किसी international trip में spend करूँगी, it just makes more sense. So this is how I look at my economics in the current scenario. Obviously, I make a substantial revenue from all the streams that I mentioned earlier as well, of which brand sponsorships is the biggest chunk of the revenue. But having said that, travel में काफी expenses होते ही हैं. So it made sense that I stopped renting that apartment. Now what ended up happening was कि मैंने वो apartment छोड़ दिया and मैंने सोचा that इतना जितना मैं पैसे save कर रही हूँ plus put in some extra savings of mine, I can go on a world trip. So I started off with a world trip and I was doing pretty well in that. But then I got this news that I am selected in the 90-day film program in Helsinki, for which I have to move to Helsinki for 3 months starting August. And for that I had to come back to India to file for my visas and everything. And along with me, even my boyfriend was traveling. So we ended up visiting 11 countries till June. It's just half the year which is done and I've already traveled so extensively. So that phase was really good and I have some vlogs from that phase also, but suddenly मुझे India वापस आना पड़ा. So currently I'm in Noida and I'm at my parents' place for a few days. I'm traveling here also. I was in Arunachal a few days back and I was there for nearly 2 weeks, and after coming back from Europe also I'm staying in Gurgaon for some time in an Airbnb. तो मेरे जो running expenses हैं, they are also there, जैसे कि staying at different places, traveling, and all of that is still there. But I think it just generally made sense that I stopped renting an apartment and I started just traveling because I want my focus to be just that. And जब आप छोटे होते हो YouTube पे and you're just a beginner, you have to manage a lot of tasks yourself, like copywriting, scripting, editing, shooting, and various other things like even marketing, social media posts, and drafting a marketing strategy. एंड आज की डेट में भी मैं इनमें से बहुत सारे काम खुद से करती हूँ, बट इट जस्ट मेक्स सेंस एज अ मैनेजर व्हेन यू बिकम मोर एक्सपीरियंस्ड इन अ सर्टेन फील्ड कि जो आपकी ऐसी टास्क हैं जो आप किसी को आउटसोर्स कर सकते हो वो आपको करनी चाहिए, एंड दैट्स द ओनली वे यू कैन ग्रो इन एनी सर्टेन फील्ड. सो नेचुरली इवन आई हैव आउटसोर्स्ड सम ऑफ दीज टास्क्स लाइक सोशल मीडिया पोस्टिंग एंड डूइंग रफ एडिट्स. अभी भी मैं बहुत सारा एडिटिंग खुद से ही करती हूँ, लाइक सिलेक्टिंग ऑल द म्यूजिक एंड डूइंग द फाइनल एडिट्स एंड पुटिंग द वॉइस ओवर एंड जस्ट पुटिंग माई ओन एसेंस इन वीडियोज. videos. But when it comes to rough cuts and putting the vlog together, I have hired someone. And even when it comes to social media posting and just sitting with me and drafting a strategy कि इस महीने हम लोग क्या क्या करने वाले हैं, कौन से वीडियोस डालने वाले हैं, उसके लिए भी I have a person. So as and when you start outsourcing these tasks, you have to also bear these overheads. For example, आप एक market standard salary तो pay करोगे किसी को, तो you cannot go, for example, below 30,000 per month. So your range of salaries will be from between 30,000 to 80,000 a month. And ये salaries, obviously, it's your responsibility as an employer that you pay people. So that is an overhead. So currently मेरे जितने भी expenses हैं वो है travel expenses, budgets for making YouTube videos, budgets for travel, team एंड मिसलेनियस जैसे कि सॉफ्टवेयर्स हो गए, स्टॉक फुटेज हो गया, काफ़ी सारे और भी मिसलेनियस एक्सपेंसेस आ जाते हैं. एंड काफ़ी मेजर तो इसमें से ऑब्वियसली ट्रैवलिंग एक्सपेंसेस ही होते हैं. सो आई स्पेंट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन यूरोप लेटली एंड आई एम ऑल्सो रिटर्निंग टू फिनलैंड फॉर 3 months एंड आई हैव टू बेयर द एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ दैट एज वेल. ऑल ऑफ दिस combined and how I balance out these expenses, and as a business owner I also pay GST, I also file my taxes, and when you file your taxes you can show these things as expenses also. So जो आप ट्रैवल पे स्पेंड करते हो उसे एक्सपेंस की तरह भी शो करते हो, and that helps you with your taxes as well. But balancing all of these tasks and still staying profitable takes a lot, and it's like managing a full-on business. And it also means that you have to try and save money where possible, like not do any wasteful expenses, जैसे कि हर आए दिन कुछ branded मत खरीदो, and don't invest in designer wear. I'm not a fashion blogger, so I don't necessarily need to buy a Dior bag or have a Gucci belt on me, and I think that is something I can easily avoid. But so this is the current state of the economics of my business. But when I started off, things were different, and I think I would give a huge credit to why I could start to my education and my first job. So I studied engineering from Delhi College of Engineering, and that ensured that I got a good first job. My first job salary was close to 55,000 a month, and I think that's a very good salary for somebody who's just starting out. And अगर आप एक better salary earn कर रहे हो when you just start off, you can put that salary to good use. I would try and save up all of that salary that I had, and I bought my first camera, I bought my second YouTube camera, a vlogging camera, a drone, all from buying gadgets on EMI because I knew I wanted to start YouTubing. And secondly, मैंने काफ़ी सारी उसमें से savings भी कर लिया. I worked for a year and a half and I managed to save a substantial amount from all of my earnings. Yes, I was living with my parents, and that's a massive privilege because अगर मैं इतनी ही सैलरी में किसी और सिटी में रह रही होती तो मेरा रेंट में 14-15,000 निकल जाता अगर मैं किसी PG में रहती या शेयर्ड अपार्टमेंट में रहती. So I think I would have been able to save lesser. But having said that, I think if you really want to start working in this direction, there are a few actionable things that you can do. First, obviously, because I did this, I would say it's a great approach कि अगर आपको travel करना है तो you have to earn for it first, क्योंकि travel आप बिना spend करे नहीं कर सकते unless you're doing extremely budgeted trips, but those are difficult because they're very uncomfortable. They'll put a lot of pressure on you. You may not enjoy travel content creation in extremely budgeted trips. तो या तो आप बिल्कुल ही ना के बराबर पैसे खर्च करके बस घूम रहे हो and उसके साथ साथ content creation कर रहे हो, but I won't advise that. I would say have some source of revenue or earnings initially, whether it's a good first job. If you're in school, college right now, work hard towards getting that good first job. Find a company that you think will pay you well initially at least. And आजकल तो obviously beginner salaries काफ़ी अच्छी हो चुकी है. If you get out of a good engineering college or a good college in DU, your beginning salary could be close to 80,000, and that's just going to help you save more and invest more in traveling. So that is one way. या फिर आप कोई ऐसा freelancing काम स्टार्ट करें या फिर कोई ऐसा साइड हसल स्टार्ट करें जिससे आप अपने ट्रैवल कंटेंट क्रिएशन में पैसे इन्वेस्ट कर सकें. सो लाइक आई सेड, यू कैन हैव एन ऑनलाइन प्रोडक्ट दैट यू आर सेलिंग, वेदर इट्स ई-कोर्सेज और सम काइंड ऑफ अ डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट लाइक Lightroom presets, or even if there is a certain service, if you're a good coder, you can code an app or a website and have some kind of a side hustle that can help you earn faster than depending on gaining followers. तो और अगर आप उस पैसे को कंटेंट क्रिएशन में इन्वेस्ट कर सके, that is one way of starting. But it will really take something out of you. You'll have to put your genuine passion into it, and don't do it just with the promise that in future you're going to make a lot of money. Get into travel content creation because you genuinely want to travel the world and you're genuinely curious, and that is what is driving you, and you really want to make this your career, and it will really take something out of you by putting in a lot of hours, effort, becoming consistent, uploading good quality videos, whether it's short form, long form, and just growing from there. So this is all the advice that I have for you in today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Recently मैं अरुणाचल गई थी and I got tweeted by the CM of Arunachal, which was crazy, and it feels so great to go back to a state where I started from and giving a little tribute to the place. More on that later, and I hope you enjoy this video, and as always subscribe to our channel and like this video, and also leave a comment down below if you have any more doubts, and follow me on all social media channels. I will see you next time. Bye bye.